it's been way too long and we're in too many locations, but here are the Road Hammers. How's it going, guys?
Pretty good.
Hey,
Oh, we,
good to
we are
see you.
excited to be back chatting, if only by Zoom. Wish we were with you in person, man.
You say that, but I'm a tough guy to get away from. At least if you're tired of this conversation, you could just hit end call and it's over.
And I remember when we played in Toronto at the Dome there, and you came out to hang with us. And it was during the release of our last record. So anytime we get to hang out with you is awesome.
I remember that
Absolutely.
too. In fact, you guys may or may not remember this. That was actually the last CFL game played at Skydome.
Yeah, we shut the place down, man. That was it.
After you guys come into town, they said, that's it. We just can't do this anymore. We got to
Yeah,
move
like,
this
we
team
better-
somewhere else.
They
Stay on
fumigated
top
now.
of it.
Jason McCoy, Chris Byrne, Clayton Bellamy, the Road Hammers are here, and appreciate your time, guys. And you know, it feels right at a time where the world needs a kick-ass song. Here come the Road Hammers with new music. And Jason, let me start with you. Tell us about The Boys Are Back At It.
Well, Clay wrote it with, Derek Rutan, Jason Blaine, and when he brought it to us, it was over a year ago, and we thought, well, it's got to be on the record because it's a perfect Hammer song. But as things have been going on, it's just come to the top of the pile. This has to be the first single because not only are the Hammers getting back at it, but we're getting, COVID fatigue. I mean, we're starting to see more people get vaccinated. I know where things are at now, but we're hopeful in the next few months we'll start to see some relief from this. We're coming out of a long winter, and it's just we all want to get back at it.
Let me follow up on that, Clay. Jason said that's going to be the first single. There's a whole project on the way, right? And this is just the first song. But I think you said before we actually started recording that the whole EP is produced.
Well, we're not completely finished yet, but we got 7 songs on the way of pure hammerness, and we've been chipping away with a bunch of different friends. We got lots of special guests. We got lots of guest producers on the album. So all bringing the hammer fire to the tracks, and it's going to be a really exciting summer with lots of new music.
Nice stuff, Chris. How does it work when you guys? Because I think you guys are spread somewhat around the country. So when it comes to recording music, how does that work in a pandemic?
It's kind of a lot like what we're doing right here, right? I mean, we write over Skype and we toss around ideas over the internet, and like Clay will send me something to play on. I'll play on it and send it back to him, and it's a really convenient way to make records. I mean, so we're not like in the old days. You had to go to the studio, and everybody in the band had to go to the studio wherever it was in order to record. But now we don't have to do that anymore. So.
And more than that, like Chris is saying, it's very convenient, and you don't have to go, and be at the studio. The other thing is it's technology. You don't have to be good anymore. Like I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah, some of us
That's
make a
perfect for
career
us.
at it.
They can fix anything.
Chris and Clay do all the grown-up stuff, and then I'm like, I don't know. I just say my vowels and a couple of breaths, and I'm out of it.
Hey, Clay, how does the songwriting process change though over, I've had conversations with others, Tim Hicks, for example, who the process when you walk into a songwriting room, do you have to be more or less or equally prepared if you're in the room or you're over a technology like Skype or Zoom or whatever you're using?
Personally, I think that I like the Skype writing situation more than I do in a situation where I'm sitting in a room with somebody. I find that you get a focused amount, it may be shorter time, but it's a focused amount of time. I treat it like, I come down to my studio every day. I get to sit and just really concentrate on exactly what's going on. I have all the tools and things that I need in the room to help me create. And I like it a lot more. And on top of that, I really feel like with this year of that we've had of kind of solitude as artists, I think we are going to see such a renaissance in great music. I think I'm a big believer in good is the enemy of great. And when you're so busy trying to fit writing sessions in between touring and in between family and in between media and all these things, you don't really have time to just focus on the art. And that's what the lockdown has given us, is this time that we can just put everything aside, and all we can do is just create. And I think that there's going to be so many bands and artists with just amazing music coming out in the next year, and we're happy to be a part of that.
Man, I'll tell you, you're breath of positive air. I love your take on everything. And Jason, I read an interview you had done too with the hometown newspaper, and I love the shiny story you had told about your time in the pandemic and the silver lining that goes along with it.
Yeah, I mean, really, just the fact that you get to spend time with your family in a way that I had never had before. Last summer that we toured, I only had 2 weekends off a year, and you're missing birthdays and celebrations, things like that. So we bought a boat, and Caleb and I have been working on tractors around the farm and helping Grace with all the horse stuff, and so I get to be a dad and a husband, and it's really great. I mean, my wife and I get to reconnect in a way that we hadn't for years, and it's been touring can be really well. When you're married to me, everything's pretty detrimental to a marriage, but touring's pretty hard on it, and she's always been the rock that keeps it together. But now I actually get to be part of the equation that gets to contribute, not just hey, I'm home, gotta go, and
Sure.
it's really nice. And she has things that she's been wanting to do, and she needs a partner around the house, not just projects, but things with the kids and things like that. So it's nice to be there, just present.
Totally get it. My daughter's 17 and showing all the symptoms of being a teenage girl. And my son's going to be 14 in the summer, and it's just time you can't buy back. Chris, what's the best thing to happen to you in the pandemic?
I'd have to agree with Jason. It's the time. I mean, I live in Calgary, and I don't know if you've ever been here, but Calgary is just beautiful in the summertime. So it was nice to spend a whole summer here, as opposed to, like Jay said, going to the airport every weekend. So a lot of time to catch up on work and stuff that needed doing around here. It was, I really just tried to take advantage of the time as much as I could.
I think I left about 2/3 of my dignity in Calgary at the 2019 CCMAs. I have been there.
You did.
It's in a bus locker right beside mine.
Hey, hang on. We're in the trust tree here. Let's keep some secrets. This is how all interviews should happen. Road Hammers are here. They got new music that's available now. Of course, you guys got to be an awesome follow on socials if people aren't following you already. Clay, where can people hit you guys on socials?
Yeah, they can find us at the Road Hammers on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. And we've got all the new music, the new video we just finished recording with our great friend Travis Nesbitt produced it, and
Cool.
we were, it was a really cool environment because obviously we were in a bubble, but we turned this warehouse of production world into a rock concert, and
Cool.
I think that's exactly what the Road Hammers do best, and it was a perfect time with the boys are back at it.
Nice stuff. Do we have a date on the EP yet?
Yeah, we do. It's going to be in June. It's got a bit of a sliding date on it because we got a few things we got to finish up, but it'll definitely be ready for the summer.
Good stuff. Now, when people see the Road Hammers live, I remember back, it was a few years ago now, you guys played the Empire Theater, and I made the mistake side stage standing right beside Clay's guitar amps, and it felt like I was getting punched in the chest over and over and over, and I can't wait to get that feeling back. You guys must be like caged tigers getting ready to hit the road again, Chris.
Oh yeah, I mean it's an unnatural thing, I think, for us just to sit around and not play music with each other. So yeah, I mean when it happens again, I think we're gonna come flying out of the chute pretty hard. Look out, we're coming for you.
I wouldn't want to be the promoter that just books you guys in for like 75 minutes when you guys can finally hit the stage again.
You can't do that. It's gonna come flying out like milk that don't agree with you.
Road Hammers have new music. The boys are back at it. And that means more than just you guys making new music. Again, that same article I read, Jason, it's speaks to the notion of you guys getting back out there in front of your fans. And it really does feel like we all need a Road Hammers concert, doesn't it?
You know what? And not just, I want to thank fans for not just supporting our music. We have the best fans in the world, but supporting all Canadian music. And it's so nice to see these promoters and fairs and festivals who've said, you know what, we can't go this year. We're going to put it off to next year. Same lineup. We honor those tickets. And then they're doing it again for 2022. So when we do get back to it, it really means a lot that the live music promoters are saying, we're not going to clean off the ticket and start again. These are the tickets that people bought. We're going to honor these things when they can. And so we're waiting for those shows. It's like we put a pin in our time, and we can't wait to just take that out and get right back at it. And that's what this song is all about. And that's what we want to do.
The boys are back at it indeed. People can find the song anywhere they take in music digitally. Like I said, the world just feels like it's a better place when we've got new Road Hammers music on our hands. And boys, I really appreciate this. And you know, when the time is right and it's safe to do so, I'd love to have you guys come on in here and play a song or two in this studio. That would just, I mean, we may have to reinforce the walls and the glass and everything else, but that'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, we'd love that. And I know that, you know, a lot of people may not know this, but behind the scenes, you know, Paul, you're a tireless supporter of Canadian music and really making sure everybody's supported the way they need to be. And, you know, as evident on the recent, you know, Megan Patrick release and just all the way down the line. You mentioned Tim Hicks, who will be joining us on a track for the CP. And I know all the artists, you know, every time we cross paths, we mention your name, we just, we all, you know, tip our hats because you really do support Canadian, set the bar very high. So thank you.
Oh, I appreciate the kind words. And is it enough to buy me one of your Johnny Reed impressions before I let you go?
Well, you know, I was going to be at Dauphin Country Fest. But one day, I remember I was singing, and there was a storm. But when I started singing, the sky parted, and all the angels came down and said, "Johnny, thanks for saving the festival."
Oh, I love it.
But it's true because the guy sings like an angel, so all the angels like we're jealous of Johnny. He gets I don't know.
What's left to be said, boys? We've done it all. The Road Hammers, Chris Byrne, Clayton Bellamy, Jason McCoy. Congrats on the release of the new tunes. I am thrilled to hear that you guys and your families are well. And like I said, we're just better off for having new Road Hammers music, and if it's available anywhere people find tunes. Boys, don't ever start taking life too seriously, okay?
I don't think
You got it, brother.
We don't know how, man. Back at you. You enjoy the golf clubs and all the best. Thank you so much, Paul.
Thank you
Thanks
guys.
for the
Road
support,
Hammers.
brother.